My name is Hank Parks. I live in Sandalwood Drive in Joshua Tree. And my public comment is tonight, I was involved back in February with a homeless count. It involved a day's training and then going out one day to do the count. When I finished the count, we turned in the numbers and let it go at that. We had an article in the newspaper, Council doubts many homeless live in Twentynine Palms. I went to the newspaper and asked one of the larger staff about that, and they said, we know all about the count, we know all about the numbers. For my part, when I did the count, I was paired up with a homeless, and we came down here to Twentynine Palms and went to the 7-Eleven because his wife worked there. And we sat in there and we had our forms and we tried to decide who walking past was homeless. If they had good shoes on, they probably weren't homeless. And what I'm saying is we did a bogus count down there. We came up with a number of people we thought wouldn't dazzle anybody, but just enough so that we would get paid for that day. And we turned those in and went away. And when we turned them in, there were other homeless who were helping that made the same comment. Yeah, we did the same thing. We just sat down there and counted nobody. And for my part, I counted nobody. Is that honest? No, but that's what I did. But from those figures, people have agendas and they're working up some way to help the homeless. I think one thing you need to look at is Applied Service Survey Research would put out the form. I think you need to look at the form and see, is that an instrument that's used universally? If it's something that was made up locally, then they need to change it. If they're getting bucks up in Sacramento for a different form, you need to use the same one. And that's all I got.
Any comments, Councilman?
We're going to get a hat like that.
Don't
I was
go
going to steal a hat
Disneyland,
too.
That's how.
That yellow ticket there, can we have that?
Yeah, you can have
Is
it.
that has the form on it you were just talking about?
Yes, you may.
Hank, if you could perhaps give that to
Give it to the city clerk or the manager here.
Okay.
If I can, regarding the homeless, I'm the one that made the comment that as I drive around the city morning, noon, and night, I just don't see the homeless people. And some people have taken grave exception to that. I did something, and I would just tell you just briefly if I can. I was down by Denny's on the corner looking for somebody that was homeless. I saw a gentleman who looked very homeless pulling a little shopping cart. So I approached him. His name was Boris. And I said, excuse me, sir, I'm just trying to interview some people that are homeless. And he said, well, I'm not. And